T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Rips the helmet off Rudolph's head and then eventually swings it and hits him in the head.
1, 2, 3, where you not hardcore? Let you live hardcore. And the letter of the rich was way hardcore. Yeah! Now we're rocking.
What's up? What's up? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to it's a couple kickoff shows. Last year, we had our fancy football shows diced up into two shows, but this year, we're going to morph them into one. Just makes a little more sense, programming-wise and viewing-wise. So welcome to the kickoff show of Hardcore Challenge Live, the premiere show of the season. We've got the big league, 32 owners, 2 conferences. We'll be touching on that going into season 15. And then we've also got, that we kicked off last year, our All Raider Hardcore Challenge League going into season 2 this year. That will be kicking off as well. Typo there, let me fix that. So thank you for joining us. Getting kicked off here on Season 15 and Season 2. Season 15 of the Hardcore Challenge, which is 32 owners, runs just like the National Football League. And then, of course, we have our All Raider League, which is 20 owners. We moved it up to 20 this season, which is what the Hardcore Challenge used to be when it was just basically a one-conference league. So we've moved it up to 20 owners. That's 5 owners in 4 divisions: the Great White North, the Elite East, the Wild West, and the Dirty South. It is the way the Hardcore Challenge was before we split off and went into the 2 conferences of our big league. If the Raider League continues down the line that I hope it to go, as it looks to be going into Season 2, we will probably carry this much along the lines and turn it into a keeper, more custom hybrid dynasty league like the big Hardcore Challenge League is. But right now we're going to be doing yearly reboots in the Raider League, and it will be a yearly basically standalone league where it'll be a randomized draft every season. So let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. Let's touch on the big league first, because there's not as much news on the Hardcore Challenge Big League. Let's start over in the AFC. Season 15 is getting ready to kick off. The big things right now that the owners of the Hardcore Challenge going into Season 15 need to do is, you've got 6 keepers coming into this season. So you need to select your keepers. We stepped up 1. 2 are mandatory defensive. You can do whatever you want with the rest. You've got 6 keepers. 2 of them are mandatory defensive keepers. You can do with the rest what you want. If I can keep 6 defense if you want. But 2 are mandatory. That keeps from depleting the offensive talent pool for this upcoming season. And it allows you to create a core defense for seasons going forward, as we have upped the individual defensive players in the hardcore challenge format. It's what makes our format different than everybody else's. We've developed this over 15 years, the scoring, tweaking the rules, just to make the gameplay a little better, and it's really seemed to work out, and we've carried the rules over through the Raider League as well. So the main things you need to do is check out when the draft is. Draft in this league is August 27th. The AFC is drafting at 6 p.m. The NFC starts at 6:30 p.m. We will have live draft coverage on that August 27th. These are Eastern times. Make sure you select your keepers. Keeper lock date is August 20th, which is the week prior. That is really all there is to do. I'm still updating the draft boards based on everything that happened last season, and I'm still getting the schedule set. So a lot to be done in the big league, but this is we're just dipping our toes into it. There's no major rule changes this year, just adding that extra keeper, but 2 of them have to be mandatory defensive. So that's our AFC, that's our NFC, pretty much locked and loaded. We may have one guy exiting, which is maybe kind of a shocker, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, hey man, fantasy football is fucking business, and especially this league, man. It's big money in this league. It's $1,000 to win, $500 for runner-up. It's a championship ring that you get before the next season. It's your name on the fucking trophy. I mean, it's legit to win the hardcore challenge. So we'll see if there's any spots open. But as of now, I don't know of any, but there is one teetering on possibly being open. So we will see. We will see. But of course, we got a waiting list. So if you want in, you probably can't get in this one. Now, let's jump over to the Raider League. Those of you that are hanging on there, Michael and a few of the others that are new to our Raider Reaction Hardcore Challenge All Raider League. Raider Lines is coming back as the defending champ with his black hole in the Great White North. As I said, we have expanded the format this season, and we have added one team to each division. As you see, it is not quite full, but it is very, very close to being full. I think there are only maybe 4 teams available, because some of these teams that don't have names still have owners. They just haven't changed their names yet. So the league is almost full. What we're playing for in the All Raider League this season is an autographed Mad Max jersey for the winner, as well as a nice Raider Reaction prize pack and $400 cash. That's cash, ladies and gentlemen. $400 cash, autographed Mad Max jersey, Raider Reaction prize pack with a bunch of nice Raider Reaction swag. Runner-up will be a nice Raider Reaction prize pack, and the other top 3, basically your guys who are in the top 4 last 2 playoff games will all get a nice prize pack. And we will be doing flash prizes every single week for Big Baller of the Week, different things that I throw out. We will be come on, don't hurt your back there trying to blow yourself, Lines out there in the audience. Easy now. You're old. You got to stretch before you go compliment yourself quite like that. You'll throw something, fucking rupture a disc. But yes, he is the defending, reigning, undisputed All Raider Hardcore Challenge League champion. As he's down there pumping himself up, trying to give himself a Hummer, but I want everybody to take the time, if you're new to the league this season, and look at the rules and the scoring settings. This is going to be different than any other fantasy football league that you've ever played in. We use a lot of individual defensive players. We have a starting defensive lineman. You have a starting linebacker. You have a starting defensive back. You have 2 flex defensive players, so you can run 3 linebackers. You can run 3 defensive linemen. You can run 3 D-backs, run a couple linebackers, a couple D-backs. So you got a lot of ways to score. The scoring is tweaked to make the defensive guys as important as the offensive guys are. So the individual defensive guys can score. A good linebacker can score like a good running back, and so forth. So take a look at the scoring. It will affect how you draft. You don't want to sleep on individual defensive players. Defense can win you championships in the Hardcore Challenge. We had a name for it long ago. Somebody helped us change this rule. It was named after them. Some sort of a bird or a fish or something. I don't quite remember. But the rule changed. Defense is a big part of this league, and it has been for seasons. So make sure you check that out. We do play a divisional schedule in all of our Hardcore Challenge leagues. That means you play all of your division rivals twice throughout the season. I'm going to be doing a little more of a randomized schedule, divisional schedule in the Hardcore Challenge All Raider League this season, but you still will be playing your divisional rivals twice, but it won't be like the Hardcore Challenge Big League where you start and end the season with them. You will kind of start the season in divisional, but then it'll just be shook out throughout the rest of the season, and it may happen whenever. Now, the schedule is set right now, but I have had to move some teams around in divisions, so I am going to have to tweak the schedule a little bit. So it's not quite final. Pretty much everything else in the All Raider League is done. You're going to see in the league notes up here is pretty much all the info that you need to know when you go to the homepage. Going to click here to test your live draft client to make sure that everything on your computer system's working right. Roland's already calling it out. Roland went out and drafted all Raiders last year and learned the hard way that fantasy football, you cannot lean with your heart. He started out rough, but then he cleaned it up and figured out, oh, fuck, I screwed up. And he turned it around. Actually didn't do too bad. So I'm interested to see what a couple of these guys will do. Who actually, we popped a couple cherries, fantasy football cherries last season with JoJo, Roland. Hey, we didn't bring up old shit, Roland. Come on now. I don't remember that. I may have amnesia. But They a couple of these guys really caught on, and so I think the season and the level of competition is going to be even better this season. It's all Raider fans, so it's some good banter, it's some good competition, and we've got some good prizes all the way through. I don't know what you talk about. There's actually history in this league. If you scroll up right here on the top, you can't hide. We can't hide from nothing in this league, Roland. This is a custom league, and it saves all of our history for us. So one of the things that I love about the NFL.com fantasy leagues, my 15-year league has all the information saved. But you can go back in the history, and you can click on any of the seasons. This one obviously only has one season, but it saves the history for everything. And you can go back in here and basically go back in the old season and see every damn thing that you want to see. So, yes, it saves receipts for you. It saves the receipts for you. But yeah, I do love the NFL.com custom leagues. They've got a lot of shit. They'll even give you your own trophy case once seasons continue on. But here's everything really you need to do. Our draft for this league is on August 20th. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be live streaming and doing a live draft show for that and have it live about 30 minutes before the draft. You can go live into your draft board on the homepage. There'll be just a button on there that says your draft is live. You click, you go right in. Now, as soon as the draft goes live, it will randomize the draft order. We have no idea who has the first overall pick. No idea at all. So jump on as soon as you can. Get on 30 minutes earlier. Familiarize yourself with the draft board so that way you're ready to go when it goes live. Now, right here, you can see there's, up here, it says edit draft order. You can go in here. Oh, that's for me. Sorry, never mind. Scratch that. That's for me. There will be no editing of the draft order. It's randomized. Down here is the one I wanted to tell you. Edit your pre-draft rankings. You can go and set up your draft board ahead of time so that you've got a draft board already set up and you've ranked your guys and who you want to go after, and it will clear that board for you. So you can kind of do that. And you can also do mock drafts on here as well. If you've never done a draft through NFL.com, you can also go on here and do mock drafts. But make sure you check out the settings. Make sure you check out the scoring. Those of you who are going to be in the All Raider Nation League coming into Season 2, make sure you familiarize yourself. I know all the guys in the Hardcore Challenge coming into Season 15. I'm going to get into the nuts and bolts of that. I'm going to kind of skip probably the big league will be more of the focus on one show, and then maybe another show more focus on the Raider League. I'm going to get both of these caught up as we get into this, but I've got a new setup for the show format when we actually go live, and we're going to be in the season. We're going to be doing highlighting the big ballers, the game of the weeks for both of the leagues, and we're going to have a lot more fun with it. I want to make it a little more interactive. I really want to focus and spend some time on making the shows and the interactiveness of the fantasy football leagues a little better this season. So I've got some tricks up my sleeve to try to make things a little better for both of them, and getting sponsors on board to help out with some flash prizes, and I've got some new swag that I want to get out to all of you guys as well. So we've got some spots open. It is a $50 buy-in. It's an autographed Mad Max jersey. $400 cash and a Raider Reaction prize pack for the grand prize winner. Raider Reaction prize pack for runner-up. The top 4 are all getting Raider Reaction prize pack. Flash prizes every single week. We're show dedicated to the league every week. Highlight game of the weeks. We have a lot of fun with our fantasy leagues. If you've ever watched and followed along at Raider Reaction, so if you've been on the fence, you want to join. We had a couple guys just like Michael who says this is his first time trying fantasy football this season. And he's going to try it with Raider Reaction. He's going to have a damn good time, man. We had Roland, we had JoJo, we had a couple other guys that was their first time last year. All those guys are coming back. It's going to be a good time. We've got a good group of guys. The competitiveness is great, and we run a nice fantasy football league. It's run well. Nobody's cheating. Everybody plays well, and it's a good side piece to your upcoming NFL season. So if you're interested, all you got to do is send us your email address. Like I said, we've got the Great White North is full. The Elite East does 17 have an owner? 17 does not have an owner yet. And 18 does not have 18 does not have an owner yet. And 13 does not have. So we've got 3 teams remaining in the Elite East that need owners. The Dirty South is full. Team 9, I believe, has an owner, and nope. And we've got 2 more. So it looks like we've got 5. I've got 5 spots, but I do got some invoices out. Everybody likes a good side piece. I do got invoices out, so it is first come, first serve. I do follow back around like Tyler, and when if you hit us up, I will hit you back up and be like, hey, did you forget about that thing? Because we all get busy and shit. But I would like to get this. It's only June. We've got a lot of time to get this locked in, dialed in, make sure everything is tight. But we're gonna do little shows each Wednesday night. Wednesday night is fantasy football night on Raider Action through the end of the season. So if you tune in on Wednesday night, just know it's Raider Reaction Fantasy Football Night. We'll have the Hardcore Challenge Season 15. We'll have the Hardcore Challenge All Raider Nation League Season 2. And we'll be getting into all of that. We'll be Big Ballers of the Week. We'll be highlighting the guys who are the highest scores. We'll be having a Game of the Week that we're going to be highlighting. I'll be picking Game of the Week winners. We'll be breaking down that Game of the Week. And yeah, we'll have flash prizes. We're going to have a good time. Just dipping our toes in the water. This is just like the official kickoff. And I just wanted to get some more information out there. We'll be getting more in-depth with it every week. But check it out. Go check out the scoring settings. Check out how your roster is so you can figure out how you're going to draft. We've only got 5 spots left. I've got invoices out for probably at least 3 of those spots. So first come, first serve, $50 buy-in. Autographed Mad Max jersey, $400 cash, Raider Reaction prize pack for the grand prize winner if you win the league. Top 4 are all getting Raider Reaction prize packs, flash prizes every single week. Compete against a whole 20 other members, well, actually 19 other, 20 total of members of Raider Nation all over North America. So if you're interested, there's all kinds out there, Tyler. There's all kinds. Yes, there should be out because I believe there's filter where you can select what options you want for the draft. So yes, I do believe that is out there as well. I love me. The individual defensive players for fantasy football was the biggest game changer we made to the Hardcore Challenge in the 15 years that we've been running it. I've been running fantasy football leagues for 2 decades plus. I morphed several that I was running into one. I wanted just one fantasy football league that was one that was greater than all others. So I put all of my efforts into one. This is the Hardcore Challenge. Now it's 32 owners deep, man. It's two conferences. It runs just like the NFL. You've got a core keeper team that you carry year to year. I mean, it's the real deal. You trade draft picks. I mean, it's legit. It's like being an owner and a GM and all of that. So it makes things different, and we've tweaked the scoring over several seasons so that the guys score accordingly. Your individual defensive players are important like they are in the game. And it's great if you see a guy out there, you see a cornerback who is going out there and having an amazing day, or a linebacker who's just blowing it up and having an amazing day, who's causing forced fumbles, who's getting sacks, tackles for losses. You should get those fucking points. Not just lumped in with your fucking team defense. You should get those points in those big splash plays. You should have that on your team. And thank you, Jake. Thank you, Jake. Jake from State Farm down there, who's made. Jake's been an awesome owner in our big league. We added in a few years back. Lions is in both leagues, defending champ in the Raider League, and it's a lot of fun. I think all anybody wants in a fantasy football league is a group of owners who compete and play with you. That's all you want in any game. Is you want people that are going to play the damn game with you. That's all you want. Because that's what makes it fun. So when you can find a group of guys and get them put together, and it takes a while. The Hardcore Challenge has been built over 15 years. Now hardly anybody leaves every year. The Raider League is going to get like that too. A lot of guys are returning this year. We've lost a few for one reason or another, but we're going to expand it, and in a year or two, there's not going to be any spots left for that one either, because everybody's going to be coming back every year. And that's the way we want to do it, and that creates rivalries. You play the same division rivals every season. You play them twice a season. You meet them in the playoffs. You start to build a record against these guys. That builds rivalries. That builds camaraderie. That builds competition, and that's what makes it fun, and that's what makes this league the pinnacle of fantasy football competition, because there is no other fucking league like the Hardcore Challenge, and we're going to bring this All Raider Nation League along with it. It's a Hardcore Challenge. It's the exact same rules. The only difference is there's no keepers. And send your email in, Tana. Let's get you in, man. Let's get you in. $50 buy-in, Mad Max, autographed Mad Max jersey, $400 cash, and a Raider Reaction prize pack to win. Top 4 are getting Raider Reaction prize packs. Flash prizes every week. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. We'll be here every Wednesday night. We'll be drilling down more, getting in. If you got questions, bring them back next week. We'll answer some questions, do some Q&A at the end if you've got after you got a chance to look everything over. But basically everything's done in the Raider League. I'm going to have to tweak the schedule once I get all the owners added in, because I've got a feeling I'm going to have to move some divisions to get people geographically placed where I want them. In the big league, I got to do damn near fucking everything yet. I've got to, the schedule's got to be customized, and I've got to get the draft order, custom draft board put in from all the trades and everything that went down last year. I've got a lot to do. The only thing that is set is the draft dates, and you can go ahead and select your keepers. I wanted to get those done before the show tonight, so that way you can go ahead and plan accordingly for your upcoming fall football plans. So, Season 15 and Season 2. Wednesday nights, our fantasy football night here on Raider Reaction. Hardcore Challenge Live. It is the official podcast of the pinnacle of fantasy football competition that is the Hardcore Challenge. Thank you for joining us for our kickoff show. If you are interested in getting in the All Raider League, few spots left. Send us your email. We'll get you an invoice to get in, and we'll get you an email to get in the league. There's not much time left, and we will continue to get into the details, the nuts and bolts, as we get ready for draft days, the end of August, and the upcoming 2023 season. Thank you all for joining me, man. Let's get ready for some fantasy football action this coming season. I am out. I will see you next time. Peace, love, Raider Nation.